Mr. Trump-tastic, shuffle then you slide your feet. I'm not playing games, disappear like it's hide and seek. Mr. Trump-tastic, shuffle then you slide your feet. David Blaine, Copperfield, I'm popping out your top hat. Bees on your head, I'm saying I'm surfing on a Star Trek. Magic carpet ride, now I feel like Aladdin. I hit my parlay, now I'm headed down to Sack Smith, the Steel Dossier. Peter Struck, now it's Jack Smith, the Steel Dossier. Had him doing backflips, I threw the bait out, and I think I caught a catfish. Yes, I'm outstanding, yes, I'm outstanding. The Mexicans voted for me, and I don't speak Spanish. Election fraud had the whole DC in panic. Mr. Trump-tastic, Mr. Trump-tastic. Martial law coming and you don't even understand it. I caught the deep state, and what's one just landed? Election court cases, I had to plead the fifth. Yeah, Congress going to hell, nigga, so is Adam Schiff. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky flow, and I think I pulled a hat trick. How I flipped the game, had me doing backflips. Yo, stop the fracking, yo, stop the fracking. Gas prices had all the Trump heads snapping. Arrested executions, man, they already happy. Teriyaki flow, and I like my chicken black.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the Mr. Trump-tastic Shuffle song. Yeah, that's still in the archives. I haven't uploaded that to iTunes yet. I don't think y'all gonna get that. A lot of y'all don't respect the music, so it stays exclusive as of right now. So y'all see the title. Live. Donald Trump claims that the U.S. has experimental drugs capable of resurrecting the dead. Resurrecting the dead. Change that. Yeah, so let's get into what that means. Because if you're speaking of the Food and Drug Administration, Neuralink is a part of that equation. Hold on, y'all. I had to change the title to Resurrecting the Dead. We'll be going too fast sometimes on these titles. Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna change this right quick right now so I ain't gotta go back over it. All right. I think we straight. Save changes. I think we straight. Yeah, we good now. I had to change the title. So it says this post on President Trump's May 2026 press conference claimed that a experimental drug revived a patient given last rites using dramatic language about bringing people back from the dead. But this all ties in with the Christ bringing people back from the dead because he had the technology to do so. Candace Owens also resurrected Hunter Biden from the dead. But like I said, this is Trump's resurrection drug, or what they call the right to try. Now, this all ties in with brain-computer interface in this new kingdom of Zion, where you don't have to struggle or cry or what they say in the Bible. You got a body that won't shed tears. This is the avatar that you create in the brain-computer interface machine. Trump's statement reference to the Right to Try Act for terminally ill to access unapproved treatments, citing anecdotal recoveries without naming any specific drug or sharing supporting clinical data. Okay. Now, the thing is, this is a breakthrough technology, which they've been using for many eons. Okay. Many eons. And we're going to get into that too, how it ties into these Egyptian overlords of the simulation like Osiris, Ra. Because guess what? He's the beast that will be ushering in this life after death. This life after death concept when it comes to Neuralink technology. But Trump has to basically introduce him to the world. He got to introduce him to the world. So that was when Trump introduced the Antichrist on Butler, Pennsylvania. And we went into that as well. Let me pull this up. Damn. Have y'all seen Ellen DeGeneres? They said she's going blind after being diagnosed with Kuru, fam. The diagnosis leads to cannibalism. She's a cannibal, or who they call Hannibal Lecter. So, we're tackling a claim that sounds straight. Dang, clear my throat. I need some water. Straight out of a science fiction novel, yet it's been attributed to Donald Trump. Alleged claims about an experimental drug capable of resurrecting the dead. So, we're going to explore how this sensational idea interacts with cutting edge, controversial technologies like Neuralink and brain computer interface. Okay. And like I said, this all got to deal with Scientology, cutting edge technology. This brain computer interface will resurrect the dead. Okay. It says reports have circulated particularly on social media, suggesting that Donald Trump has made statements implying the existence of experimental drugs that can bring people back from the brink of death or even resurrect them. While the exact phrasing and context can vary, the core idea is undeniably attention grabbing. Okay? It is important to clarify that many of these discussions often stem from interpretations of his support for initiatives like right to try, the right to act, try. So this act allows terminally ill patients to access experimental treatments that haven't yet been full received by the FDA approval. So when we go here, when we go here, it says Neuralink. Let me pull this up. I had to check this shit out my damn self. I said, what the hell's going on? So it says Neuralink. It says yes, Neuralink is regulated by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. What the fuck does this got to do with food and drug? Somebody tell me, is this a food or a drug? Because them data centers, they need water. And machines that need water are sentient. So it says Neuralink's brain computer interface, the N1 implant and related systems is classified as a class 3 medical device family. Neuralink, Dakota Elon or Elion. He is part of the Elohim and this damn alien religion y'all worship as the many forms of God. But like I said, when you're dealing with life after death, you're dealing with Christ-like technology, making a blind man see. Because guess what? They said Ellen DeGeneres is going blind, and she gonna need this breakthrough medicine. So the FDA approval for human trials, Neuralink received an investigational device exemption IDE from the FDA May 2023, allowing it to start clinical trial in humans. Prime study follow-up, breakthrough device designation. The FDA has granted this to accelerate development for specific uses such as speech restoration, for severe speech impairment, stroke, blind sight. You see Ellen? Yeah. They say it's not a drug, but it's a brain chip, and it has to be done by a surgical robot. And it falls on the FDA Center for Devices and Radiological Health, but it's all regulated under the FDA. Okay. What is the X for? What is the X24 drug? The X24 drug is basically the MDMA. 1 gram of MDA hydrochloroquine, hydrochloride. That's what he was. Wasn't that what he was using? That hydrochlor. I can't even pronounce it. They're like crystals. Hot has become widely known as ecstasy. So, what does this drug do? If you go to Trump RX, let's see. Let's go to Trump RX. He got this shit. You go to Trump RX, you can go get that hydrochloroquine. Okay? This is his website. Look, all these medications. Motherfucker got Ozempic. He got Ozempic on this joint, boy. He crazy. He go capitalize. He don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's Trump RX. Yeah, go get that Ozempic. So you get that Ozempic neck, Ozempic feet. But yeah, there's another outlet if you getting screwed. And he gonna have that life and death pill, but it's gonna be in the form of a neurological device in your damn head. If such technologies or drugs were ever to exist, let's rewind this back with the hold on, let's rewind it back with the Neuralink and brain computer interface, because on the surface they seem unrelated to the pharmaceutical drugs, but however, the human imagination, especially when fueled by sensational claims, often draws connections between desperate fears, particularly when they touch upon the ultimate human desire to overcome death, family, to overcome death. Neuralink, founded by Elon Musk, but we really know he wasn't the founder of it, because you had ancient deities that had Neuralink devices on their heads, like the god. Let me pull up the god Aten. The god Aten, he had a Neuralink device on it. This is what the headdresses are for. When you see the pharaoh wear the headdress, that's just another way of communicating with the rest of the hive mind within the social pyramid. That's how he's able to communicate with his flock. Okay? And guess what? Usually they carry around this device right here called the anchor, the ankh. Guess what? This ain't nothing but a personification of the Tesla oscillator as well. The Egyptian ankh is the key to life and death. So, yes, this is the first key to the other side. And this key generated electricity, family. The root word of electricity is El. So they are personifying El or Chronos. He goes by many names. It's the god that goes by many names. So So these people want to overcome death, which people want to really live heaven on earth in this new city of Zionism, but it's really Scientology. Okay, the biblical accounts of Aten and Jesus are what we call scientific manifestations of what they're really doing in the lab. Lab spelled backwards is Baal, family. So, as you can see, let's run through this. So, these people might want to restore consciousness with high bandwidth brain machine interface. And like I said before, it's all based off frequency. So they really don't have to insert a physical device in your head. They could do it via Neuralink from miles away. They can zap. Basically, it's lasering technology, and you got the device in your phone. That's another form of the Jewish Teflon as well. It's like a mini cube. It's a mini Kabbalah cube. The TV is also a soul extracting device. So the stated goal is to restore anatomy to those who unmet medical needs, such as paralyzed, being paralyzed by allowing direct communications between the brain and computers. Beyond that, there are borders, more speculative vision of unlocking human potential, and even in some interpretation, preserving or enhancing consciousness. Now, if you can enhance consciousness, you could be God-like or God-body. And the thing is, when you're talking about resurrection technology, you can read people's minds. You can figure out where they're going, where they've been at. So you would actually come up to a person and talk to them and have full respect for them because they got Neuralink. So you would automatic every knee shall bow to these deities that know everything. And usually they're synthetic or autonomous at this point. And you already know they got the autonomous bots. Let's pull this up. They already got the autonomous deities right here, fam. And these individuals, they know everything. They know everything. This is in China. You know they got the best technology over there in China. Yeah, they made a slave. They made another slave race. He did it just like a human. Damn, they're better than a human. So that's what you up against. And I don't think you could defeat that. I don't think you could defeat that, sir. But the thing is, you'll be controlling just from the comfort of your own home. You'll be doing work, but it's brain computer interface work. Basically, you projecting your consciousness through these bodies. You still gonna have to work, but it'll be on like a controller. Let's see. Yeah, it's just one. It's gonna be because this is unethical as well. If you want to be honest with you, because it's creating a divide between the privileged and the rest of humanity. And what does it mean for our understanding of life, death, and the human soul? Okay, The discussions around this Neuralink already raise the significant ethical questions about privacy, anatomy, and the very definition of humanity when our brains are directly connected to machines. And when you die upon death, this thing can cipher your energy upon resurrection. Okay? The resurrection component amplifies these concerns. All right. So the idea of a resurrection drug, some say it's just speculation, but really in reality, they actually pushing these boundaries of science and ethics, and they naming them as medical breakthroughs. Yeah. So we gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure you like, share, and comment. We out.